Thanks for coming to see me again.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Today I want to go over your anthropometry results and kind of discuss the tools that I provided you last time.
Okay.
Just to be able to go over your stage of change and see what we can do to help you out here.
Okay.
First, with your anthropometry results, we have your weight at 82 kilos, your height at 170 centimeters, your BMI at 28.4, and your waist circumference at 101 centimeters. Probably just sounds like I'm throwing out some random numbers, but there is reason to all of these numbers.
Okay.
When going over the BMI and waist circumference scoring from the CSEP book, we see that your BMI is classified in the overweight category.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, it is decently in the middle of that category. You're not about to go over or looking at anything dangerous. This does mean that your BMI risk is increased, and your waist circumference is greater than or equal to 90, which means that your BMI to waist circumference risk is classified in very high. With that being said, we understand that your goals are in starting regular exercise program, losing weight, feeling healthier, those kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, I provided you with 2 tools to go through.
Okay.
The first one was the decision balance worksheet. So I want to kind of just review this with you, understand where you are coming from, maybe possibly elaborate on some things. So first here, we started with the personal gains for you. For there, you said confidence, increased energy, and better sleep. I see that you put the confidence and better sleep as more priority there.
Mm-hmm.
When you say, oh, you want to be more confident, can we be more specific with that? Is it about your clothes fitting or how others perceive you, or where does that come from?
I think it's a little bit of everything. A little bit of just feeling better in my own clothing, but also like when others perceive me of, maybe not as overweight as I am, or like others noticing like changes that are being made. So I feel like it's a kind of like a joint effort type thing. It's not one thing specifically.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any interest in have you thought about the longevity that comes with being physically active, like how it'll affect your future and the longevity of your lifespan? And
I think I want to start also exercising, like make some lifestyle changes, just to help me be healthier in the long run as well. Just because I know that it can benefit like heart health and like your body in itself too. No, so not just physical appearance, but internal as well.
Yeah, it's great that you're starting there. You have to start somewhere, and I think you're definitely on the right track. When we talk about the gains for others in your life, we see that you wrote down like being in a better mood around people, being able to keep up with them better, and increased energy. So when your energy's higher, you can spend more time with people, right?
Yeah.
All of these seem pretty even like priority-wise.
Yeah.
When it comes to others in your life, do you feel that you are prioritizing more the gains from others, or are you more focused on the gains for yourself?
I feel like right now it's more focused on other people, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but I think I want to learn how to balance it with myself, because I feel like I'm not taking as much time or energy as I should be for myself. And so I think that in learning how to balance the 2 things, it'll just benefit me and others as well, because it'll make me a better person to be around.
Yeah, definitely. When you're busier, you kind of find that a lot of your life revolves around the people around you, so it's more difficult for you to kind of understand who you are and what you want as an individual, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now moving over to the losses, I see the personal losses you wrote as the possibility of injuries, less time to focus on school. Both of these were scored pretty low priority-wise, which is good, meaning that you are more focused on the gains or the positives of physical activity as opposed to the negatives. In that case, what do you feel like you can do personally to kind of contradict those losses?
I think as far as injury goes, just being cautious of what I'm doing, being safe, being smart. If I'm not sure how to do something correctly, not to do it or ask for help. Just not go overboard and just know my limits and listen to my body in that sense. Just so I'm not putting myself or anyone else at risk. what was the other one I wrote down again?
the time to focus on school.
Yeah, so I'm just, I guess if I just carve out time, or I think proactively if I carve out time for both, one's not gonna
creating a schedule, right?
Yeah, one's not gonna cut out the other, and just remembering too that just because I go work out doesn't mean I can't do school after or before.
Yeah. It sounds like you understand what you want, and you're definitely getting there, which is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Losses for others in your life. I see here less quality time for people, a change in priorities, and need for more rest. The two highest scored ones here are your less time for quality time and more need for rest. When it comes to this, I think that from what I've gotten to know about you, you spend a lot of time with the people around you, that I don't think that less quality time is really a huge burden right now. You are spending a lot of time with people, so I think that the need for more rest would be more important. So
yeah, and like when I wrote that, I also meant not just like sleeping, but more so like, you know, not saying yes to every single activity that I'm invited to. Like, you know what I mean? Just kind of like taking balancing. Time for yourself. Especially if I'm already doing physical exercise, not overdoing it.
Yeah, for sure. So I see your gains definitely outweigh your losses, which is very important. You're on the right track here. I just want to ask you, what strategies might help lessen the losses identified? So what do you think that you can specifically do yourself to be able to kind of combat those losses? We already kind of discussed it over each of them, but as a whole, what do you think is the most important thing to do?
I think just creating a schedule will solve a lot of issues, whether that's spending quality time with others, getting enough rest for me, being able to do both school and working out and stuff. So I just think having a schedule, and even if I'm not following it to the minute, but just having like kind of plan my day, plan my week, plan time in the future for different activities, and like setting time for me and other stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely important to like be spontaneous, but it's also very important to make sure that you lay things out and prioritize the things that are important
just
to you.
Also so I don't get forgotten about like myself or my time. I'm able to prioritize that.
Yeah. The next tool that I gave you is the goal setting worksheet. So I'm just gonna kind of ask you some questions.
Yeah.
You said that your long-term physical activity goal is sustainable weight loss, so fat loss. So with this, there are many ways that it can be perceived. Once we go deeper into it, we'll discuss where specifically you want the fat loss. Overall, do you have like specific ideas of what you want to look like and things like that? We said to achieve this, we need to focus on eating habits and consistency. It's important that you recognize where the issue is. Already being able to acknowledge the fact, okay, like I need to fix my eating is a great step in the right direction. I'm willing to do the following to make it happen. Make sacrifices to prioritize this goal. We already talked about this. Creating a schedule, maybe not saying yes to everything, trying not to people please. Just understanding that sometimes you have to sacrifice those things to better yourself. Others will know about the change I am making when I ask them to keep me accountable. That is really good. So being a people person, it is important to get other people involved to make sure that they can keep you accountable as well. Right? It's easier to go on a journey of two people as opposed to one. Right? So that is something very good. Discuss with your family and friends, those kind of things. Says, I might sabotage my plan by lacking discipline. So it's very important to recognize that the days that you don't want to do it are the days you should do it the most, right? Like, always easier said than done, but being able to kind of create that discipline, getting used to it, and creating a routine is really what's going to get you. You're going to wake up in the morning. What do you got to do? Go to the gym. It's kind of just like habits that's going to keep coming. Therefore, I promise myself I will give my best effort each day. That is really important. Even if all you have left in your tank is 40%, giving that 40% because you know that that's what's going to better you. Knowing that
always better than nothing.
Something is always, exactly. So you go, it's better than not going at all, right? We broke down these goals into 3 goals. I see focus on the 80-20 diet. We had discussed this before, very important. Only eating out once a week, cooking at home more often, understanding that 80% of the time you want to eat healthy, whole foods, 20% of the time treating yourself. 7,000 plus steps per day, making time to go on walks daily. This is essential to anyone who wants to lose weight. Walking steps are the best form of cardio, easy to do. Carve some time out during your breaks at work, before work, after dinner, take the family, whatever, right? Go with other people. Goal number 3, resistance train twice per week, which is also why I'm here to help you out with that. Scheduling time to go to the gym, making it a priority, understanding that I am here to help you achieve these goals, keep you reliable and motivated to want to come in each and every week. That will just help with your overall schedule in that aspect. With this document, I'm going to leave you with a copy of it. I want you to refer to the document from time to time to just kind of reconfirm your commitment. Understand when you first started this, why?
Yeah.
Why did you want it so bad, right?
Yeah.
Understand the obstacles that come with it as well as the opportunities. You can't let the obstacles hold you back. We discussed all the possible things here. It's laid out exactly how it needs to be. And if you refer to this, you can really remind yourself why you want to keep that consistent schedule. The last thing I kind of wanted to talk about here is, what kind of support do you have? Do you have friends that have similar interests, family that supports you? What kind of thing are you doing to keep yourself going?
I think everyone around me is supportive. There's lots of other people in my family that are wanting to get more active, which is also why we spend so much time together, doing things as a group, exercising, going to the park, playing sports, that kind of thing, walks. Like, we all just do it together. So I think there's a lot of people in my life that are trying to make the healthy changes too, so I don't feel alone in that sense. And while they may not be doing it as full on or as with as much intensity as I hope to and I will, everyone around me understands the why and they understand the process of it. So I think, like, my sisters and my mom and stuff, like, will be able to really support me in that.
Yeah, it's very important to surround yourself with people who have, like, a similar mindset and goals. It'll just make your journey that much easier when you know that there are other people who are there to support you. With that being said, if you have any other questions, I am here to help you out.
Thank you.
It looks like we're headed in the correct direction, and I'm excited to see what happens from here. Thanks.
Thank you for your time.